3.17 for cylinder. So there in the problem of 3.17 in Erudov, we have a question for a sphere. So the same general concept is applicable in cylinder also. So we are going to do that here. I kept the language similar to that of the question number 3.17. So I suggest just have a look there and then prove the same for the cylinder. So we need to prove that a cylindrical shell with surface charge density of the form of sigma naught cos theta, it can be represented by two overlapping uniform but oppositely charged cylinders, and using that representation find the field inside the cylindrical shell. So start with, we have a uniformly charged cylinder. Let's say its charge density is rho coulomb per meter cube. So from Gauss law we can easily find out that electric field at the distance r is given as rho r vector by 2 epsilon naught. So for a uniformly charged cylinder, E is given as this and it can be derived from Gauss law. Now if we overlap two oppositely charged cylinders, field inside comes to be a constant. So let's see how. So let's say this is R1 vector, this is R2 vector, this is positively, let me write also. So this is positively charged and the density is plus rho and the density of this one is minus rho. So in the overlapping region, if you take any point, so the field due to the positively charged cylinder, let it be E1, and due to the negatively charged, let it be E2. So obviously direction of E2 will be towards the center of the second one and it will be away from the center of first one, E1. So EP in vector form we can write as rho, so using this, rho R1 vector by 2 epsilon plus minus rho R2 vector by 2 epsilon naught, which gives rho by 2 epsilon naught R1 vector minus R2 vector. So R1 vector minus R2 vector is A vector, the line joining the positive to the negative sphere's center, which is rho A vector by 2 epsilon naught, and you can see it's a constant field. So for the overlapping cylinders in the overlapping region, field is going to be constant and its value is rho A vector by 2 epsilon naught. Now we'll use this result for the two overlapping and oppositely charged cylinders. So here we have our almost completely overlapping cylinders. So what we are going to do here, same thing we have done the sphere in question number 3.17. So here we are just going to do that for the cylinder. Same process. So here the two spheres are separated by distance A, and the electric field inside we already saw is rho A by 2 epsilon naught. So anyway, we take a small cylindrical element here and the volume of that element is going to be dA times this length. Now the centers of the two spheres are separated by distance A. So any 2 points in the same horizontal line are also going to be separated by distance A. So this distance is A, which is this distance. So if this is A and this is theta, same as this, then the length of the cylinder is A cos theta. Now let's say the density, volume density inside, the charge density, let it be rho, and equate it. Similarly, we can represent it by, if this shell is very thin, then it can be represented by surface charge density also. And let's say the surface charge density is sigma and area is going to be same, dA here and dA here. So this is just zoomed out version of this, and this can be represented as this because this thickness is very small. So we have used this diagram so that it's clear that this is A and this length is A cos theta. Otherwise we can directly manage with this as well. So charges are same, which means rho dV is equal to sigma dA. So rho into volume of this cylinder, which is A cos theta into dA, is equal to sigma dA. So dA gets cancelled and sigma is rho A cos theta, which is a great result because we have already seen here. Okay, we have not seen it yet. Wait. So sigma is equal to rho A cos theta. So this kind of charge distribution can be seen as similar equivalent to that of a shell which has a surface charge density of sigma naught cos theta. Now we know that field inside this kind of setup is constant and its value is rho a by 2 epsilon naught. So if we write it in the form of this equation, if we write it in the form of sigma naught cos theta, then the field inside is going to be, so we can compare this, so sigma naught is rho a. So we can say field inside is going to be rho naught by 2 epsilon naught. So great result here. So for a hollow cylinder with surface charge density of the form sigma naught cos theta, field inside is constant and its value is given by sigma naught by 2 epsilon naught. So we did not do any calculation to find the field inside a hollow cylindrical shell which has a surface charge density of the form of sigma naught cos theta. So field is sigma naught by 2 epsilon naught and it's a constant. So we derived this by comparing this situation similar to that of two overlapping cylinders, and we proved before that when we have two overlapping cylinders then the field inside is constant. So here also it's going to be constant, and by comparing these two we could say that the field inside is sigma naught by 2 epsilon naught. So again the problem is exactly similar, not exactly, so quite similar to 3.17. There's the same steps we did all the way for sphere, and here we did it for the cylinder. That's all.